what would you say the core reason is? And I'm not talking about the surface level.
Right.
The real deep reason on why your marriage had to end.
I mean, first of all, I think what people need to also understand is that when a marriage ends, it doesn't end at the announcement. You know, it didn't end the day before the announcement. It ends years before that, or, you know, months before that, or however long, you know, people's individual journeys are. So by the time I announced, I mean, I'd gone through a lot of the processes of it. So it was actually quite a relief, because I felt like, you know, I was sneaking around and, you know, because I didn't want people to know. But in actual fact, it was done. And at the time of the announcement, it actually felt like a really big relief and a big weight off my shoulders of something that I'd been carrying for a while. But I think for me, it was a matter of, I personally, in my journey, I think I didn't understand myself. I didn't know what it was that I wanted. I grew up in a marriage with my mom and my dad. And
family is such a big thing for you.
Huge, massive. And I never imagined getting divorced. I always thought that I would raise my kids the same way that I was raised, like ride or die, do or die. You know, that's what I thought. But you go through life and you realize that when you start to step back and realize, was I mature enough to get married at that stage? Was it the right time for me? Did I know what I wanted? Was I secure enough in living life the way that I wanted to live before I could settle down? Is that settling down supposed to feel like a prison, or is it supposed to be an extension and a growth? And I just felt like for me, timing was off, but I didn't know myself. And then furthermore, I went on to further lose myself in my marriage. So it ending for me in a weird way, outside of the pain and all of that goes with it, was an opportunity for me to have a second chance at life.
Do you still today, in full hindsight, look at it as a failure?
I think the failure part is on my part, from not being able to pick up what was right for me at a time before I went all the way. And I failed myself. You know, in relationships, you always know, you know, when you look back, you're like, but that was a red flag, or that was a red flag, and that was red. Well, you're a red flag. Yeah. You know, there's so many, I'm not, you know, pushing the blame in any shape or form, but, you know, you're either a red flag and you're not acknowledging it, or they're a red flag, or they have red flags and you're not acknowledging it. I just was not at a point where I was willing to trust myself and what I wanted. And ultimately, I think that's why my marriage ended.
So I don't believe in marriages ending as them being failures. I genuinely see them as they ran the course they were meant to.
Sure.
And obviously I have not been married, so I don't understand.
Don't do it. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm just kidding.
Listen, many people say this because I almost feel like something happens to your psyche when it is official that makes you behave and do things a certain way, especially because of how we were raised, the responsibility that is placed on the woman. So the failure usually is placed on the wife's part.
100%.
That you didn't do something.
Yeah.
You were for the streets. You didn't want to be, this one, she doesn't look like she can cook egg child.
Right.
You know, so
it was me. Yeah. I didn't know myself.
Sanibonani, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. What a coincidence that Minnie Dlamini is ready to speak about her divorce or her marriage with Quinton right before her new movie is, which is The Honeymoon, that will officially come out in cinemas on the 31st of March 2023, and I just advertised it as well. But yeah, Minnie Dlamini went to do an interview and she touched on her divorce. For me, she said something, but she didn't say anything. You know, you could have just said, I cheated, or Quinton was insecure, and she was just sugarcoating stuff. She did acknowledge that it was her, but she didn't people don't understand that in order for people to divorce, it does not just take, I need to find myself. No. Something happened, and that's what we want to know. And if you're gonna talk about your divorce, at least be honest with people. Don't just say it was me finding myself. No, don't do that. Now, I'm not too sure if this movie is her movie, her real movie, because the club, honey, the club, was it the club? Yeah, the club, she said it was hers, or she insinuated that it was hers. Then later, the people did their investigation. They found out the club does not belong to her. And then she also confirmed that no, guys, actually, yes, the club does not belong to me. So I'm not too sure if this is really her movie or what. Now you don't know what to trust. Now you don't know what to believe when it comes to our celebrities, because they are being used as fronts, and that's why you find most of them depressed. That's why you find most of them just going through it, man, because they are famous. They're in billboards. They say they own this, that, but they don't. They are broke. I'm not saying she's broke though, but I'm just saying in general, celebrities, being used as fronts. I mean, if they decide to start their own alcohol brand, you can do this. Start with wine, go to Cape Town, start wine Laco. Yours. You have the numbers. So I don't know why they agree on being used as a front and also not being paid enough. Because obviously they don't get paid enough, even though they are being used as a front. But yeah, it's her movie. She said it's her movie. Congratulations to her. We will definitely watch the movie. Do let me know, guys, what you think in the comment section down below. Now, if you guys remember, Minnie Dlamini, as soon as she announced her divorce, there were rumors before that she cheated while she was still married to Quinton and all of that. She cheated with that guy, that Instagram finance guy that is financing most of Insta babes. That is currently under investigation. So yeah, man, in case you're wondering, yeah, it was rumored that she also thingied that guy, but we don't know. We don't have proof of that. We don't know. She didn't say anything, man. I feel like just promote your movie and leave us alone, because now since usikhulume usihlebisa manga, next thing you're gonna sue us 500k. Hi. Minnie Dlamini.